YouTube, what up, though? It's your boy Midwest Mellow, back with another video. And today, I just wanted to give y'all a few updates on the NBA playoffs. So, as you know, last night we had a quadruple header. We had 4 game 1s. It kicked it off with the Nuggets and the Jazz, and then we went to the Nets and the Raptors, the 76ers and the Celtics, and then the Mavs and the Clippers. I want to start off with the Nuggets and the Jazz because that was an OT thriller. It was another instant classic. Um, the Nuggets end up beating the Jazz 135 to 125. Some stories about the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic had 29 points and Jamal Murray had 36 points. And along with his 36 points, he had 9 assists. So he was out there doing it all. He took over that game in OT. Uh, the big story about that is Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz dropping 57 in a loss. And that's the third most points in the NBA playoff history. Of course, you got Elgin Baylor and you got the 63 points from Michael Jordan on the Celtics. Um, that 57 points was not enough. And along with that, he had 7 assists. But after doing all that work, he had a costly mistake with getting an 8-second backcourt violation. In all my years of watching ball, I've actually never seen that happen before. So it was a first, and it was actually quite shocking. After the game, he basically took responsibility. He said he should have been more aware and he shouldn't have been walking up the court. And I agreed. I do think they're gonna win some games in this series, but the Nuggets will take that. I'll give it 6 or 7 games. Um, Going the Nuggets' way. Next we got the Nets and the Raptors. The Raptors end up beating the Nets by 24 points. It was 110 to 134. And the big story was Fred VanVleet dropping 30 points. And he went 8 for 10 from the 3 point line. That's very impressive. And along with that, he had 11 assists. So I looked for the Raptors to win that in 5 games. Um, I do see the Nets getting 1 game due to the fact that they don't have KD and they don't have Kyrie, and they also are missing Spencer Dinwiddie, which I like. He's a pretty good point guard. Um, but Karis LeVert had 15 points for the Nets, and along with that, he had a nice 15 assists. So that does tell me that that team is rallying around Karis LeVert, and they're doing what they can to make it to take some of the pressure off. So they're making shots, and he's definitely getting that ball to him. But like I said, Raptors in 5. Uh, Next we got the 76ers and we got the Celtics. This was a hard fought game, which is to be expected. But the 76ers do not have Ben Simmons, as you know, out with the knee injury. So I'm wondering if Embiid can handle all of this. But he had 26 points last night. And as far as the Celtics, they won that 101 to 109. Uh, Jalen Brown had 29 points and Jason Tatum had 32 points. My surprise was Kemba Walker having 19 and he had 5 assists. I did feel like he could have done more, but at the same time, if this is what's going to win you games, then I'm okay with it. I got the Celtics winning that in 6 games for sure, due to the fact that Simmons is out. Embiid is definitely going to get them a couple of games, but that's about it. Um, he actually talked after the game, and he was saying that he needs to do more, and he needs to score more. He needs to take more shots, and I agree. He needs to, but even if he does, it's just not going to be enough. The Celtics got that in 6 games. And so the primetime game, the game that I waited all day to watch, was the Mavericks and the Clippers. Now the Clippers end up winning this game by 8 points. It was 118 to 110. Uh, but the officiating was terrible in this game. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. They was passing out texts, uh, like business cards. Porzingas got ejected because he got 2 quick texts. Like it was retarded. But anyway, it was Luca and Marcus Morris had gotten into it over a bad call, and Marcus Morris, he's like the tough guy, so he kind of pushed Luca, and Porzingis came in, not to necessarily fight, but just to kind of say like, back up off my mans. You feel me? So like he kind of jumped into the situation, and that's how we got that second tech to get ejected. Um, but regardless to that fact, he left the game. He had 14 points. Luca ended the game with 42 points. Um, Man, the Clippers, they came out hard. They were locking up Luca. They went on a quick 10 to nothing run, and somehow Luca and Porzingas, they turned that around before he was eventually ejected. And they took the lead and had the lead for a little while. So a lot of people feel if Porzingis didn't get ejected that they possibly could have won that game. I don't think so. I think the Clippers would have found a way to win that game anyway. But they did so. The stories of that was Kawhi Leonard had 29, Paul George had 27, and to my surprise, Marcus Morris dropped 19 points. So he was out there shooting the ball pretty well. Um, as far as who I think would win that, obviously I'm going with the Clippers. I want to say this is probably going to go into a game 7 though. Um, the Mavs are a really good team, and obviously they're gonna be cautious of how they handle things so that they don't lose their main guys again. So yeah, we got the I got the Clips winning that in 7 games. But I want y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know how y'all feel about these games and who do you guys think is gonna win these series. Um, and today we have another quadruple header of game 1s. We got Magic and the Bucks. I almost said Magics. We got the Heat and we got the Pacers. And we got the Thunder and the Rockets. And we have Blazers and Lakers as the primetime game. Now, I really want to watch all the games, but I don't too much care about the Bucks and the Magic. Obviously the Bucks are gonna win that. Uh, but the Heat Pacers, that's another 4-5 matchup. And the Thunder and Rockets is a 4-5 matchup. Those are the 2 games that I'm interested in today. Obviously, I'm a Blazers fan because they got my boy Melo. Um, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum are firing on all cylinders. Even with CJ playing with a broken back, apparently spinal, as Mike Tyson would say. Um, so I'm gonna be looking forward to watching that game as well. But the closely seeded teams, the 4 and the 5, is always good competitive playoff ball. So I want y'all to comment, man, like this video, subscribe, let me know who you think is gonna win these games tonight as well. I'm up out of here. Deuces.